Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and we're still living here.
Right, hi, John. I'm surprised you got up and came out today. There's so much going on in your life. I'm Peggy Burton.
Country show.
Yeah, it went
3
great.
days, South Jackson Goes Country, 44 years.
Isn't that something?
It was an outstanding weekend.
It was well done. I agree.
The place was packed. It was good. It was funny. It was fun. Poignant.
Good songwriters.
Songwriter stuff was good, and we'll play you some of that probably a little bit today and throughout the next week or so. Of course, because you say, well, I want to see my husband or this or that singing this or that. Well, if they're copyrighted songs, we can't play them.
We're not supposed to do it, and we have to.
But the original stuff we did. We
do.
play. So.
And I don't know what happens like with our commercials. Are they considered okay, or do we ever?
The commercials? No, I mean we create them.
Right.
I mean they're not owned by anybody.
Okay. That's what I meant.
There's no copyrights on that stuff unless you play some music that's copyrighted in it, but we don't.
Right.
So there's all created.
I think the rule is if you're charging admission, because I contacted ASCAP and BMI a long time ago about my recitals, and they told me that as long as it was not a performance where you pay to get in, I can use those songs.
Right.
Which is good.
Sure.
Very nice, very kind. But I really am a stickler to those rules because it's important that the performer as well as the writer gets their cut.
Well, if you want the music to stay alive, you've got to be able to pay the people who create it.
Exactly.
And that's not the star standing on stage.
It's that man that wrote that music.
It's the guy who writes the notes and the guy who comes up, or girl, who comes up with the words.
I thought I loved your song.
Thank you.
You surprised me. I didn't know you were going to do it that way, and I loved it. It was really good.
Thank you. It got an applause.
It was original and different,
Yeah. A minor harmonica.
I didn't know you were that good, actually. I knew you told me you played harmonica, but I loved it.
Thank you.
I did.
Yeah, and I got Angela to play. Just add a little drum beat back there.
Oh my goodness, Angela Wood! What an outstanding young drummer.
She's brilliant.
She'd never missed a note. She was on top. Well, a beat, I guess that's what I should say. But she was on top of everything. And she's quiet and just gets to the job. She
practiced in between songs without hitting the drums. You could see her back there, and she was moving her hands, and she knew exactly where they were going to go for the next song.
She's we missed our drummer for the last 4 years, and it was none of us thought we'd find somebody that was that good, but Angela was fabulous. She was just a wonderful young lady.
Well,
I'm also proud of Connor. This is his first year
in the band.
Austell to play in our band, and he's been on that stage since he was 6 years old.
Yeah, 21 years.
Is that not sweet?
Yeah.
And that I just love that, and he has as much talent as anybody I've ever known.
Well,
amazing.
You have to look at it, and I've done this before, but I handed this out to a bunch of them, and last night my lovely bride surprised me with tickets to see Lyle Lovett and his large band.
That was
at the
fabulous,
Ryman.
I know.
And it was one of the most unbelievable things I've ever seen. And Lyle is a weird dude.
He's different. He has his own style.
Very different. And a lot of people might not even know who he is.
I know.
But he's one of the most accomplished. He had probably some of the best musicians on that stage that you could find in the world. And I'm going to read this because of that, because he's so different. Okay.
Right.
It doesn't matter how much you love the music. It doesn't matter how well you sing and play. It doesn't matter if you've got an in and you use it, and they all say you'll make it big someday. There's just so many rodeos and state fairs. Each day there's fewer honky-tonks and bars. So give your heart and soul to get to the place where the sky's big enough for all the stars. Go to a park and play your guitar. Go to church and raise your voice. Perform in a place where no one knows who you are, but they all stay and listen by choice. Play because you love it, not so they'll love you, and maybe someday they will. Play and play and play is all you have to do to find yourself up on that hill where the music's all that matters, not who you are, and the sky's big enough for all the stars. It used to be a star shined a long time. Now you look up and they're gone, because all the man cares about is how much he can make. Only the dreamer cares about the song, where the music's all that matters, not who you are. That's where the sky's big enough for all the stars.
That's great.
And that's what small stages like South Jackson Stage does. It allows you to see these little ones out there, and they are just, some of them are scared to death, and some of them are just so alive that they just can't contain themselves.
Something I loved more than anything was Martha Brooke and her little mouse. Her daughter,
yes,
Eliza Grace, played the mouse in the little Cinderella thing for
Right.
Clayton's. I love that.
They just, and I ended up calling it South Jackson Goes Country, the reunion,
All right.
because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's families that come together. We're like a bunch of misfit toys. It doesn't make any difference where you live, who you are, what you do or don't have. It's, will you dedicate yourself to the product?
And it's a wonderful gift of fundraising gift to South Jackson.
Yeah.
I
So,
believe that it makes a lot of money, and we'll know pretty soon how much.
and the crowd again that at the Ryman last night was just, that place was about to explode with people.
I can imagine.
To see a guy that the majority of the people don't even know who he is.
I think
But
he's
he's
fabulous.
one of those guys
He really is. He's one of the best.
that does it his way, and he's done it, and he's
I
done
don't
it,
think
and he's
he's
done it.
really trying to satisfy anybody.
He doesn't care.
But himself and his players. They're all
And
wonderfully
he's
trained.
a wonderful conversationalist.
good.
He told a lot of history and let just almost every member of his band explain who they were, where they came from, what they had done.
Oh, well, he gave the.
All of
I
them.
love that.
All of them.
That's nice. Like her flowers.
Fran did those for me.
She's so clever.
She's my girl.
She's great with flowers.
She's my
I'm sorry, I
girl.
didn't mean to change
That's
the
okay.
subject. I just got.
That's okay. So
Excited over flowers.
we've had music.
I know. Sometimes it just, I wonder what I would do if I didn't have music in my life.
That's a song.
there-
What would I do without my music?
Well, yeah, that is a song that Ann Baldwin and I were we were at a choral convention. I forgot where we were. And we always sight read all this music to bring back to the school. And a song came up that was called What Would I Do Without My Music? And we both cried. It was so beautiful. And then she used it every year with the THS singers.
Right.
We're going to miss Ann.
Yeah, we are.
I know they're waiting to
Have
sell their
they
house.
finally sold their house, or are they still
I
here?
haven't talked to her since I got home, and I hope they
Yeah.
get what they need.
So, and something else we want to remind you of is if you look right down there, you'll see that Tullahoma High School football helmet. This is the first week of Wildcat football, and Stewart's Creek is coming to Tullahoma.
Tullahoma
and that
will be wild this
will be
week.
Friday night, first game.
And I think it's going to be a pretty day.
it's going to be beautiful all week.
So that's
this week. And with that said, don't forget the Coy Sisk 5th quarter show. It's we're in our 32nd year of showing Tullahoma High School football on our network, and that will be at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning.
That's awesome.
Coach will be in. We'll go through the whole game and tell you about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, we should have a fabulous team this year.
Well, we hope so.
I think they're all excited.
Yeah, we hope so. And we have a lot of folks on the show today, so what we'll do right now is get on down the road. We'll be back after this commercial break.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Good afternoon, morning, whatever it is. I am glad to be back here with Loretta Christian with Horseplay, and it's almost time for your dance.
Next Saturday night, the 26th.
Horseplay Barn Dance Under the Stars, the 26th of August, and the doors will open at 6
o'clock. Anyone who wants to come early can come, and if you don't have your tickets, you can buy at the door. If you want to buy a table for 8 people, you need to do that in advance so we can put reserve on it.
And set up a table for 8, right?
Yeah, and it's for $200 for a table for 8.
I think the important thing for people to remember, the $200 is not so much. You got food, you got dancing, you got this, you got that, but it's not so much about that. It's about raising enough money to keep Horseplay functioning.
Yes, ma'am.
So the kids can come and take classes for free.
For free.
How long does that program go on?
For the barn dance?
Yeah. No, I was thinking the program for the children that come to ride.
The children ride basically 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. Like to extend it longer. And
it doesn't cost their family anything?
No, ma'am. Their families have never had to pay Horseplay anything. Horseplay is a nonprofit organization. We offer therapeutical horseback riding for boys and girls who are challenged. And this year, I think we have 50-something children.
I think that's
They're
amazing.
from 5 different counties, and their parents have never had to pay us anything.
And what ages do you take?
4 to 18.
4 to 18.
And the therapy is beneficial to the children. It massages their muscles in their legs, and it goes on up through their body, the movement of the horse. It just massages the children, and it makes them feel better.
Oh, yeah.
And it frees their mind up.
It's a mental as well as a physical event, and the fact that they're up there riding a horse and their legs don't matter.
No, ma'am.
That's wonderful. It just touches my heart.
They're taller than you are now.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
The children love to ride their horses. They look forward to it every week. And,
well, back to the barn dance.
Yeah.
That's because you're raising money, and this is very important. It's August 26th, and the doors open at 6, and you can buy.
And
do you want to tell them how much the tickets are?
We're having a silent auction. We have some awesome auction prizes for you to bid on, and we're giving away door prizes. The tickets are $30 for one ticket, $25 for $25 each for a couple.
So it's $50
$50 for couples, and table of 8 is $200. We're having hamburgers, hot dogs, a little bit of Cajun type barbecue, and we're having drinks and chips and cake for dessert, all kinds of cakes.
All kinds of cakes?
Yeah, and South Jackson Street is.
South Jackson Street Band is one of our fundraising events that we are playing for. We love horseplay and we love what they do. And we start playing, I think, at 6:30.
Around 6:30.
Door opens at 6, and people can come in and look at the auction items. And this is a silent auction, so nobody stands up. They just go and sign their name. And what are some of the prizes?
Oh, let's see.
Or auction items?
We have a bracelet from Woodard's Diamonds.
Oh my goodness.
Here in Tullahoma, and it's been appraised, and it's. I'd be happy to get half of what they say it's worth.
What they say it's worth?
$595.
$595 for a bracelet. Oh wow, that's a good thing.
It's silver and gold.
Yeah.
And
silver and gold.
It's 14 karat gold.
That's wonderful.
And on the clasp, it's a toggle clasp. It's got a onyx on each end of the clasp. And we
Jim Woodard is such a giver.
Yes, ma'am.
I love him.
And we have a freshwater pearl necklace set from Thompson Jewelry.
Oh, and they're wonderful.
It's in sterling silver. It's earrings, bracelet, and necklace, and that's valued at $200. And we have, we're getting a cedar rocking chair from a country cafe on Highway 130 going towards Estill. It's on the back way down from Horseplay. And it's a beautiful cedar rocking chair. They make them there.
A lot of times you get a really good deal in those silent auctions.
Yes, ma'am.
All you have to do is just during the event go up and check. At what point in the evening do you close the auction?
We will have people checking the auction sheets, and when we see that nobody's bidding on that particular item anymore, we'll pull it and we'll announce who wins it, and you can pick it up after that at that time, or you can wait until the
So
end
I thought
of
maybe at intermission you would do that. But is the auction itself over at intermission, or does it go on longer?
I believe it's going to go on until about 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Okay.
And that way everybody has a chance to bid, and the more people that bid, the more money Horseplay can make.
And then when you say you have door prizes, that goes with your ticket, correct?
Yes,
on the back
ma'am.
of your ticket you have a number, and if you're
have
lucky you get something.
You have a ticket stub at the bottom of your ticket, and you just tear it off and put it in the fishbowl. And we're having door prizes for the kids, and the kids are having special things that they can have. We're going to have a RC Cola place with moon pie that you can buy.
Everybody loves a moon pie.
RC Cola and moon pie.
I walked a mile one time just to get a moon pie.
And we have a pontoon rental. Jack Daniels gave us 2 whiskey flower pots with the liner and the stand.
Wow.
And we have a Jack Daniels gift basket. They call it a basket. It's in a water cooler.
Loretta, you do so much of the work. What are some of who are some of the other people that help out? I know Susan Finger.
Susan has helped a whole lot. I've really depended on her for a lot of things this year. She has fixed up does so many of the
for
paperwork.
her.
She's doing legwork for me. Marsha Cowan has been a tremendous help as well. Holly Holder, the program director, has.
And y'all are always looking for volunteers, am I right?
Oh, yes, ma'am. We need volunteers.
If you're out there and you love horses, or even if you don't, if you love kids, come and train and learn to just lead a horse. And
Yes,
that's some of the jobs, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. And we need program, instructors. If someone is interested in becoming an instructor, contact Holly Holder out at Horseplay. She's on the Horseplay Facebook page, and just call her, and she'll tell you how to get involved in learning to be an instructor.
And remember that the dance is 1 week from Saturday, am I right?
The 26th
and,
of August.
Some people ask me, how do you get to Lynchburg Park? Well, you can't really miss it. You just turn left into Lynchburg and then drive down to the park.
There'll be a sign in front of the library.
Good, to show people where to go. You are so good to do what you do. I mean, I'm so touched by the horseplay, what you present to these children.
I love
because
the
you
children.
don't know how important it is until you have a child in your family that can't walk or certain things. Anyway, they're going to run me off. We've got to go. Maybe you'll come back. Love you, and
Love
so
you too,
glad
Pat.
that you're doing what you do. We'll be back.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we packed. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. Growing, getting bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash jogging up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back, and I've got some friends here from the American Legion Post 43. When Lynn is now, what is your?
I'm the post adjutant.
Adjutant.
Yeah.
Adjutant. And Lynn is very active, and we had at one point the second largest post in the state of Tennessee, and that was back in the day, and things happened, and a lot of people didn't get involved, and we kind of never did really shut down, but now we're a whole lot more active than we
certainly
were.
are.
We have a post home. Took a long time to find a post home that was suitable downtown Tullahoma, and a lot of things are going on. I know there's coffee and donuts on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's just good things happening. And Lynn is going to introduce a gentleman here who has been appointed the post historian.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And he is doing some work that I think I'm excited about, and I think you'll be excited about as well.
Well, thank you, John. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce P.J. Bailey, and and welcome him to the Post and also to your program, John.
Yes.
Thank you for the invitation. PJ's been a part of the Post for almost a year now, and as John mentioned, he is our Post historian. PJ's done an immense amount of work over the last 3-4 months, and I'll let him explain why he took on this project and what generated this project and the incredible results that have been achieved by PJ as he's gone through this that have wide-reaching ramifications for actually Coffee County and not just Tullahoma, but
right.
Anyway, that's where we are right now. So, PJ, floor is yours.
Thank you, Lynn. When I got into the Post here in Tullahoma, I found some great friends, and our friendships have developed. And Lynn realized that I was a resource that the Post could use. They had found a board, and I meant to bring it today, but I forgot. It was a wooden board that had names on it of war dead from Coffee County. And we decided we wanted to find out where they were buried in Coffee County, and I've done some research primarily using Find a Grave on the internet that helped us find at least 80% of the names. And I developed a board of which cemeteries have our war dead. And if Lynn could show that.
This is Coffee County, correct?
There's over 40 different cemeteries in Coffee County, and we've got 26 that have war dead in them. And we post this in our book of memories, and it lists out which cemetery is which and who's buried where. And some of the information that I have, the guys were buried overseas, so we have that information as well. And some of the book that I created list out by name and cemetery where these guys are buried. And we've got it broken out by World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and Southwest Asia. And if anyone is aware of war dead from any of those conflicts, please contact us and let me verify that I've got the information for your loved one or neighbor or whoever you happen to be aware of, because I've got 4 guys I can't find where they're buried, and you might just be the one that would answer the key to where they are. And we want to honor them for the sacrifice for our country and try to remember them on Memorial Day, and we read their names at our meetings every month. We go over 5 names of individuals that are buried here in Coffee County or died during the wars as a remembrance, because these guys should not be forgotten.
Now, did you say earlier that up to this point, there are no females
Correct.
on your list?
I am not aware of any females that have died from Coffee County during war.
But there might have been.
That's
and
possible.
so if any, that's another thing. If anybody knows, because those gals,
they're serving too.
They're serving too. And you said something that died during conflict.
Yes.
That does not necessarily mean died
in action.
In action, that means died while serving during a conflict period.
We had a lot of folks that died of pneumonia in World War I, both in the States before they were sent over and in England before they made it to France. And then in France, it was just amazing how much that pneumonia and lung disease caused casualties in our service members.
You know, a lot of those big cities in Europe back in the early days had huge sanitation problems as well.
Yep.
And a lot of your, I would say, country folk, take a farm boy from Oklahoma or Arkansas or somewhere where he's out breathing good clean air, and ship them over there and put them in the middle of a bunch of that stuff. You know, their bodies aren't used to
when they were living
processing this kind of
in a
thing.
barracks. They were close by, and I'm sure a lot of germs were shared.
Sure. You know, and we found that out during COVID and hospital stays, and you know, it's said, you know, it's a shame you have to go to the hospital where everybody there is sick to try to get well. You know, so sort of the same situation, but just because your demise doesn't come from a hand grenade, a bomb, or a bullet, doesn't mean that you're waiting. You're in a waiting position to go put yourself in that scenario. You very well have happened that way.
You were prepared to die for your country.
That's right.
You died, it just wasn't in combat. And I've noted in my book who died killed in action.
Right.
And those that were pneumonia. And some of the backstories I have depends on the source of information.
Right.
I've got some very good details on what actually happened to the individual and where they died. I've got 16 different sources that I've found that I remember that I've gone online, like Find a Grave, Ancestry, Fold 3, and the one that really helped was the American Battle Monuments Commission. They keep a record of our overseas dead that are buried, and the trick is to find out if they came from Coffee County. And a lot of times what will happen is they'll come in, like during World War II, to Camp Forest and register to join the military here, but they're from a surrounding county.
Right.
So we've got a lot of our guys that signed up in Coffee County that are actually buried in surrounding counties.
Right.
So they're counted as Coffee County because
as
they signed up here.
Yes.
So it's really interesting, and like I say, I'd ask anyone who knows of someone who is buried here in Coffee County that died during war to let the Post 43 know, and you can find our contact information online, our website, and just let me know so I can keep my book current.
Yeah, PJ, we appreciate your willingness to dive into this.
Yeah, it's been very interesting.
And because the history, you know, we in our nation right now in some ways are finding it necessary to destroy some of our history. And in my mind, you know, knowledge comes from the past. And you learn things that you did wrong and you learn things that you did right. And history gives power and allows you to move forward. And you're helping with that in a monumental way. and we just want to thank you for doing that. And Lynn, little bit of pub on the coffee deal and the meetings and the building. Where's you tell everybody where you are?
Yes, we are.
How to find you?
Yes, we're located at 109 Northwest Atlantic Street, and we're right next to. We're in that whole section where we have the seafood restaurant.
Yeah, brand new seafood place.
Yeah, we're right next door to them, and of course that whole area right there.
Across the railroad from the caboose.
Yes, and we got Daddy Billy's, and we got Spinelli's and all that whole. But we're right there in the middle. We have the two flags out there. We have the American flag and the POWMIA flag. We have coffee and donuts from 8 o'clock till noon every Tuesday and Thursday. Post 43 meets the fourth Tuesday of every month from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah. Be a part.
Be a part.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. And PJ, again,
yes, John,
thank you for your service and this service as well.
You bet.
Okay. Good. And you, as always, appreciate you, buddy.
Nice to be back, John. We'll see you again soon.
Yeah. Come anytime.
Thank you.
We'll be back after these messages.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right. You know, one of the things that is important in my life, and it should be in everyone's life, is the knowledge that there's hope out there for all of us. And hope is a very important thing in all of our lives. And this is another hope that's important in our lives, and that's Hope sitting right next to me from the Chamber of Commerce, and she's important in our lives as well.
That's very kind of you.
Because the Chamber of Commerce has a whole lot to do keeping the engine of this machine called Tullahoma running.
Mm-hmm. Before we started rolling, we were talking about the importance of coffee and,
Yes.
and caffeine, and so I'm going to say that our office is fueled by a lot of coffee. And
There you go.
It's myself and the Assistant Executive Director, Tisha Fritz, and so you've got two women that are operating an organization that serves currently 471 members. Tullahoma has a population of 20,000 people, and we have a signature event almost once a month, and then you pepper in the ribbon cuttings and the coffees and all the other things, and so yes, we're drinking coffee.
And you're on stage.
Yes.
Every time you walk out the door, and a lot of people, they expect you to be over the top every time they see you. You're not allowed to get sick. You're not allowed to be upset. You've got to have that beautiful smile. Look at there. See, there it is all the time. And you and Tisha do a good job of pulling that off.
Thank you. But we are human, and so
yes, you are.
Luckily, we have such a fantastic support system with our board of directors and our ambassadors, our executive board, and they, jump in and fill in those moments when we need them, and we greatly appreciate them so very much. We have an incredible board and group of ambassadors, and so very, very fortunate to have that support. Tisha and I, we have plans to travel for continuing education. We're going to a conference that's dedicated to Chamber of Commerce executives. And immediately we had an ambassador and two executive board members say, I'll fill in, I'll work the desk. Yeah. And so y'all make sure and stop by and see them while they're, while they're there.
Down there.
And so
let them know what y'all have to put up with.
But without, hesitation, they raised their hands. And again, we're so grateful.
Well, and what, we're talking about, just like the guys with the Legion who were just here have been researching on war death. And I said, well, you need to make sure that the Chamber of Commerce knows that just a little one piece of paper that says what you've accomplished, because a lot of people, when they come into a town like Tullahoma, the Chamber of Commerce is the doorway to the community.
That's absolutely right. They stop by and see us, and they are requesting information. They want to know where they should eat, where they should shop, where they should stay. And so, and where they
could find, a lot of people come here for history
because
of the war and Arnold Center and all of that stuff. And they're looking for maybe a family member that might have been here or on a record of some sort. And so that's why I told them at the Legion about that they need to have a little flyer up there that say, hey, come down to the Legion post. Walk around the corner, stop and get something to eat at 122 or London's, stop at Clayton's to buy some shoes, go around the corner and find the Legion Hall.
And make room for some Daddy Billy's and Spinelli's,
sure.
Just to round it out. The Sundrop Shop,
seafood.
Just the seafood place, yes. We just wrapped up there. And so, a question for you, we're going to play trivia. Can you tell me what you think the most requested item from our office is? What would you think the highest requested item?
The item that you would give someone?
That is requested, yes.
Requested.
And it's an item that we can give them.
A list of restaurants.
A map.
Map? Yeah.
Even in 2023, and we all have a map on our cell phones. People they want to lay a paper map out and they want to find their way. They want to acclimate themselves with a new community in that way. And so maps are still the most popular item that we hand out of our office.
And I would say the second item is the book.
Oh, no, they automatically get the Think Tullahoma magazine, yes. And so we, that resource is something that we use, whether someone's looking to move to the community, they're opening a business, they're visiting for the weekend. So it's an extremely important guide. And I'm so glad you brought that up. We are already working hard on the 2024 edition of Think Tullahoma. And so, support the magazine if you can, and if you have questions about the magazine, we're happy to answer those. And no, we haven't released a cover yet, and but we are in those beginning stages. And
good.
We're also already working on the Christmas parade, and so.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are. Just yesterday.
It's around the corner, isn't it?
We took Santa Claus in now he has upgraded. He's gone green. He went in a fully electric Hummer, courtesy of Stan McNabb Automotive.
Really?
And had a police escort and 2 black Tahoes. So he had a motorcade that took him to all of the elementary schools, and Santa walked through the schools and told the kids
were going crazy.
Told the kids, because that's how we get the themes. That's how the theme contest is distributed, is through the schools, right? We get stacks and stacks and stacks, hundreds of submissions from each school, and they are so cute. The committee sorts through each and every theme, and that's how the theme is selected. A child, who can be better with coming up with something extremely magical and special for Christmas than seeing it through the eyes of a child. And so exciting. And we saw a little chatter on social media, people saying, did I just see Santa pass me in August with a police escort? And yes, you did. Yeah. And again, so grateful to our Santa and to Stan McNabb Automotive. Trent McNabb is the co-chair of that and did a great job. He was Santa's chauffeur. And actually, Stan McNabb Automotive was our CEO Business Partner of the Year last year. And so it's a great tie-in with the schools. And so just a lot of excitement there. And next month, on Tuesday, September 19th, we're having our 40 Under 40 event at Lakewood Golf and Country Club. And so if you know someone that is in that 40 or under that we need to honor and celebrate, please nominate them. Yes. And we want to thank Coffee County Bank for their sponsorship of this great event. So, each and every year we find 40 deserving young professionals that are doing amazing things in our community. Don't forget about those teachers. Don't forget about those nurses. We want to honor and celebrate everyone. So you can make those nominations. We're also accepting nominations for the Grand Marshal of the Christmas Parade. And so, like I said, so many exciting things happening. And then we have Wobble Gobble that's going to happen in between 40 Under 40 and the Christmas Parade. And so if you can walk, run, or wobble down Jackson Street, you can sign up.
How long is the wobble course?
It is, it's a 5K.
No, you've got a wobble 5K?
The Wobble Gobble is a 5K.
I know, but you've got a 5K for those who are runners and really good walkers.
We have people that will walk the entire, maybe they bring
I'm talking about, is there a wobble?
You can wobble the same course.
Not 5, no, you can't wobble for 5 miles, 5K. You might only can wobble 100 yards.
I don't know, just a bit. We
go around downtown and come back to the chamber.
If that's the course that fits you best, we invite you to take advantage of it. But new this year, we are making what we're calling Runner's Row, Lincoln Street. We're going to make that a little bit more exciting because we're offering the opportunity for nonprofits to come and set up a booth space for free to interact with all of the hundreds of people that are coming downtown to support this event. And so there's going to be an application process where you can apply to have your business represented, and we're only going to take 10. And so again, it's just a fantastic way for these nonprofits to interact, share a little bit about their organization, but also it gives everybody that participated in the event a little something to do while we're getting those winners declared and we're sorting those things out. But it's not just the nonprofits. There will be, a bounce house. 122 West is serving brunch, and so there's a lot.
It's good stuff.
A lot happening
downtown Tullahoma, and you're right in the middle of it.
We are, and we enjoy it. We love it, and so And we're currently getting a little bit of a facelift at the exterior.
Working on it.
So we partnered with the city and applied for a grant that was available, and so you may see a little work happening outside of the chamber, and we're really grateful for that opportunity.
Thank you for what you do. Thank you for coming here and bringing that smile.
Well, thank you for
You
having
always
me.
have it, and I know it's not always easy to paint that smile on in the morning, because every day is not a beautiful day, but when you walk out the door, it is.
It is.
And that's part of what you do, and you do it well.
Well, we are so grateful for the opportunity to serve this
Yes, you
community, and we enjoy what we do.
Thank you,
for
dear.
having me.
Love you for being here.
Thank you.
We'll be back after these messages.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Rick. And this is Pat Welch and John. We're here for segment 78
Hot dog,
of the conversation with John and Pat.
And we've got a good little story for you today, but this song has nothing to do with it. It's
well, that'd be about par for the last 50 segments.
You know, the guy. Well, I think who his name is a minute before I finish this song up. I'm going down that road feeling bad. I'm going down that road feeling bad. I'm going down that road feeling bad, oh Lord, and ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm going and I ain't coming back. Yes, I'm going and I ain't coming back. I'm going and I ain't coming back, oh Lord, and ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm going where the climate suits my clothes. I'm going where the climate suits my clothes. I'm going down where the climate suits my clothes, oh Lord, and ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm going down that road feeling bad. Yes, I'm going down that road feeling bad. I'm going down that road feeling bad, oh Lord, and ain't gonna be treated this way. And ain't gonna be treated this way. Did I miss a word there, Pat?
John, if you need to understand that there's a whole lot of ignorant music people such as me, that if you wouldn't snicker, nobody'd know what happened.
You know, Pat,
that's a good song.
And this is our 78th segment.
78th.
And you know, we don't practice.
And we're normally better when we don't.
Yeah.
We've had our worst times have been when we've spent a half hour getting ready to go.
We're going to talk about a place today that used to be in Tullahoma, and some of the children still live here, and there's still children living of this family, but Rico's Pizza. It was an iconic type place in Tullahoma, and years ago, a fella named Eddie Rabbit wrote a song about Rico's Pizza Restaurant. And would you show Eddie Rabbit's picture? Some of you folks might have seen this gentleman. He was, I can't remember all his songs that he performed, but he was a great singer. But he did one called Tullahoma Dancing Pizza Man. And supposedly this was about Rico's Pizza restaurant. And the restaurant was out on what street?
Davidson
Street.
And we've had several discussions today.
Out where you might say Ferris's Mini Barns were, and then down
it's
that
past
street.
It. Yeah, it's behind it
and
to
down
the side.
The street to Bruce's Automotive. And,
across the street from the business forums.
Squad 1.
Near Squad 1 in that area.
So it was really kind of off the beaten path, and I've been told
there was a circle drive, I've been told, that led into it, and it was the only building or place of business on Davidson at that time. Now there's 5 or 6 there now, but that was only one. And you mentioned that it was kind of dark. And,
I remember it being a lot of shadows.
Yeah.
Maybe from street lights, from what, but it was just kind of a house, almost like in a neighborhood, and they made a nice restaurant out of it, which supported that family for many years. And the family members were Ray Jr., Teresa, Harry, Tony, Jeff, and the youngest was Lewis. And I got some of this information from Lewis because I knew where he was, and I was told that they served up some of the best pizza anywhere at that time. And I asked Lewis about the secret recipe. He said there was a secret recipe, and he said, "We can't let that out of the family." And
kind of like Kentucky Fried.
That's right. Well, as I understand, when Camp Forest opened up, Joe Rico came from Chicago to visit a buddy at Camp Forest, and then along later comes son Ray, and Ray, they all lay down roots here, and in 1949 or 50, somewhere in that neighborhood, they buy that house over there, and then soon becomes a pizza place, and it was from like 1950 through, I've got the down here somewhere, I won't be able to find it in my notes, 49, remodeled it in 67 because they had a fire there. And then Rico stayed in business till 1972 when Ray was diagnosed with cancer. But it was a real place. Read some of those lyrics from the Tullahoma Dancing Pizza Man. Hey, you can find this on the internet. Anybody who can get on the internet, I can do it, so I suppose most
well,
of you
if you YouTube Eddie Rabbit Tullahoma Dancing Pizza Man, it'll come right up.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. Yeah. No problems at all. And I understand from the from some of the people that song by the ones who attend Eddie Rabbit concerts back in the day, of course he's passed away, that they asked for this song. They liked it so much. Go ahead and read those lyrics, Pat.
I'll do it. Tullahoma Dancing Pizza Man takes a water dough and he plops it on the table, makes it flat and round and pours it in a ladle of tomato sauce, spreads it red, thick, and sweet. Takes a big fistful of mozzarella cheese, spreads it around with anchovies, green peppers and onions and mushrooms and a little ground beef. Then he puts it on the shelf and then shoves it in the oven with tender, loving care. He dances around while our tongues hang out and the smell of heaven fills the air. Tullahoma Dancing Pizza Man, make me the juiciest pizza in the land. Hey, I'm no penny pincher, give me that big 16-incher. Whoa, make it go, Tullahoma Dancing Pizza Man. Tullahoma Dancing Pizza Man.
Ain't that something?
It's magnificent. Magnificent is what it is.
Philip, pull up that other picture of this is a rock and roll group that my brother played in. And second from the right is a fellow named Lee Garner. He's actually from Illinois, but he was lead guitar player for Eddie Rabbit. And he was the one that told me that the people who followed Eddie Rabbit that song was requested many times. My brother is fourth from the left. He's sitting in a chair. He's got a mustache, and long hair, or hat on, or something there. But he looks a little different today.
He's like me, John. He wishes he had that hair back.
That group was called The Man, and they played it over at MTSU. And Jimmy was in several bands. When one failed, he just, they renamed them another name. That boy, by the way, Lee Garner, he's retired and he lives in Illinois. And so, anyway, my brother stays in contact with him. But that is a story about the Tullahoma Pizza Man and about Rico's Pizza.
Now, we always find a way to normally work sports into just about every discussion. One of the Rico boys, was it Harry or Ray Jr. played for Coach Cooper in the mid-'60s.
That would have been Ray Jr., I bet.
Okay. I'm telling you what, he had been into pizza because he was a big boy, and he had calves that looked about the size of my waist. He was a really big guy. Yeah.
I understand too that Betty Rico, Ray's wife, she died in 2013, and they met at the Old East Stadium over there.
At Old Wade Field?
Old Wade Field.
Wow.
So a lot of history there, and it was good talking about. We want to say a big howdy to those children still of the Ricos, and hope we did a good job for you on telling about that. Teresa, Harry, Tony, Jeff, and Lewis, and Ray Jr. So
great story, and a great 78 segment, John. A great one.
Hot dog.
But that's not the last story we have. If management will let us continue, we'll be here. Thank y'all.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department. Need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back. I'm so excited today to be talking horses for a change. I have with me Sadie Parsons, who is here from Nashville, Tennessee, to show some horses in Chevrolet.
Correct. Hi.
Do you start showing Wednesday?
We start showing Wednesday, yes. I start myself Thursday night, but we kick off a day early this year. So, yeah,
And
I'm
hope
excited.
I think it's going to be beautiful weather. We've had so
I
much
know.
rain, so
I sure hope so.
really
I
nice.
hope so. I think you're right. So it
And
makes all the difference for
Do
sure.
you have one horse that you think is better than the other
Oh
two?
my gosh, that's such a hard question.
I know that's hard to choose.
Well, so I have 2 horses that are probably what we would call strong contenders, and it feels crazy to even say that, but
Do we want to?
oh.
Mine?
So
I'm sorry, I can't even find
No, that's all right. So yeah, I have 2 horses that are, I have 3 that I'm showing. 2 are probably considered to be strong contenders, meaning they can hold their own and have a chance at winning possibly. But one of them is Dim the Lights. I've had this my 2nd year showing her, but I just got a surprise horse kind of that came in at the last minute. So
Great.
I'm not sure that he's my favorite of the 2. I love them both. I'm really excited about Dim, but this new surprise is like throwing me, and it's really kind of kicked the excitement into high gear. So we'll see. Yeah, Straight Republican is his name.
Great Republican.
Straight Republican.
Oh, Straight. I knew that.
Yeah.
And that's your favorite, sort of?
Well, so he's the new surprise, and he's he's a baby. He's 2 years old, and so I'm like, wow, he's an amazing horse. And how I got him at the last minute, I've only shown him 1 time.
And what color are your horses?
These 2 look alike. They're both black, almost black.
How
like
beautiful.
Dark brown or black, yeah. And they're not all like that, but a lot of walking horses do tend to kind of be more like toward the black side of things. But I have one, Dim the Lights is a mare, she's a girl, and then the Straight Republican is a stallion.
Is a stallion.
And so, but they kind of move alike, they look alike, so I'm like, how did I pick 2 black horses?
Well,
yeah.
I'd say you look
and
great
I'm wearing
on,
black for them.
you look great on a black horse.
Thank
What
you.
could be better?
Thank you. They are super fun.
I know you must be excited about this, and I know you used to live in Shelbyville,
Correct.
and that's where you got sort of interested in horses.
Correct, yes.
Moved off to New York?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm from New York originally.
And then went to Nashville.
I actually was brought down here. I graduated from Syracuse University, and my degree was actually broadcast journalism and political science. And so I did some TV, like little things with TV starting out. But I had grown up showing horses and just had a massive passion, a deep passion for horses my whole childhood. And so even when after I graduated from school, I had this TV degree and had started in Albany, New York, doing some TV stuff, but I had heard about a job in Middle Tennessee, and it incorporated horses, and it was a media related job, but it had
that's a long way from home.
Right, I know, but I didn't care. I was like, horses, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like I had not shown them or ridden in a while, like since I was probably about 50, and so I missed them so much that anything horse related combined with my degree was like, I'm all in.
That's where you wanted to be.
So that's so I dropped like what I was doing, and I took the job here, and it was headquartered in Shelbyville, and so it was the same company that publishes the Walking Horse Report was one of several other things that they do, but that was one of the things. And so that's how I was introduced to the walking horse. And so here I am 20 years later.
So do you keep these 3 horses where you are in Nashville? Or do
Great question, I know. It's hard. Okay, so it's really like a business almost at this point, I mean, I would love to have a little farm and a horse in my backyard, just like to love on and like trail ride. We were just talking about trail riding. That would be so cool. But sadly, when you live in the city and you're at the level of showing horses that we are, when you get to the celebration, you have to have a trainer.
Of course.
And so I don't have horses with me at my condo.
You're right.
Downtown. No, but I have amazing trainers. I've had several trainers that have worked with me over the last few years, and they're all, they all have their unique specialties.
Sure.
It seems.
Do you get to ride every day?
Well, I would ride and show every single day if they would let me, you know, but you have to stay out of their way and let them train. I just recently this summer found what I would call my perfect fit as far as training goes, and my trainers are actually in North Carolina.
Yeah,
but they're
I see.
among the elite. They're really, really amazing. They have a well-oiled machine, and so my horses have responded really well to their program.
Good.
I'm happy to be there, and so I'm with the Baucums, but they're here. They come here, believe it or not. Their farm is in North Carolina, but they have a farm that they lease out for the show season. So they're basically here from May until September or October. So I'm like, I mean, I don't have to worry about the distance,
There's some beautiful walking horse farms in Middle Tennessee. I mean, I just love riding out in that direction. I can't see that. I am so sorry. Can you? Do we want to talk about the horse show that's coming up next week?
Oh, yeah.
And
got it.
The
ads. So
go ahead.
I know. So we're super excited because everything is all about promotions and the walking horses. If you're talking about driving through Shelbyville and all the pretty farms and all that, you'll see like the billboards and all of the media stuff comes into play. And so I get excited about that because I have the media background. And so Jerry has helped me like do some ads here.
Right.
And I think he's going to show them to us. And I think that's what he's...
So are we showing an ad now?
Can we show the ad now?
It's horse show time in Tennessee, and the 2-year-old contenders are lining up to campaign for top honors during the 85th Walking Horse Celebration. Sadie Parsons asked you to support Straight Republican as your next 2-year-old world and world grand champion amateur 2-year-old walking horse. Remember, Straight Republican for a clean sweep in the amateur 2-year-old division during the 2023 National Walking Horse Celebration.
Sadie Parsons is ready to shine when she presents Dim the Lights in the 5-year-old amateur mare and gelding division. Then she'll turn the reins over to Kayla Balcom to compete in the young trainers class. Remember to stand in support and cheer on Dim the Light during the 85th Tennessee Walking Horse National Celebration. Dim the Lights.
Good job.
Wow. Yeah. And those are your horses.
I know. So now you have to see them. Yeah.
I don't know how
That's
anybody.
the first time I've seen them.
I don't believe anybody can forget Straight Republican and Dim the Lights.
I know,
those
right?
names are going to stay in the. Out there.
Do I get lucky with the names or what? I think walking horse people have so much fun with their names and the naming of horses, but I do have two really catchy names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your third horse?
My third horse actually was bought. He's more of a practice horse, so to speak, but he is a really cool horse. He is showing, his name is the Notorious B.I.G.
Oh.
So like an ode to Biggie Smalls, the old rapper back from the 90s. But yeah, he's also a super cool horse. I had a very, very famous horse, beloved horse named Epic, that anyone who knows walking horses will know. He passed away sadly, suddenly. He had an injury, a very serious injury, and he had to be euthanized, sadly. And so Straight Republican was kind of bought as a replacement for him, but Notorious B.I.G. was bought to practice. He's similar in terms of what types.
And his coloring, is it?
He's also dark brown. Yeah, there's a little white on him though, but yeah.
I can imagine how sad it is. It doesn't matter how deep you're into something. When you lose a horse that you love, you can't help but love them.
Oh, I know.
It must be very sad.
It was very sad. He was he was really a horse of the people. His name was Epic. I'm fairly new to this, but he was very famous, and he had carried another rider through many, many wins, 4 World Grand Championships.
Wow.
So I got him to take care of me. I mean, we had high hopes and dreams. I thought he knew what he was doing, though. He was the boss in the ring, and so it was very sad.
I think they may have cut us off. Anyway, Sadie, it was delightful meeting you. I'm sorry I'm not a big horse person, but I do love horses.
I love listen, you do great. I admire what you do. So.
And we'll be back with something else soon.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank
By the way,
so
I'll
much.
be rooting for you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ringo. Here at Barkview Senior Living, they're human friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I'm an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I'm proud to have my buddy Jackie Duncan with me today, and he's hunting and hiding keys. You need to put those keys somewhere where you can find them.
You're right.
You ever have to hunt for them?
No, I do not. My keys, they're always where I put them. I know where they are always.
Always.
The key, man ought to always know where his keys in his wallet. Those two things in particular, your driver's license ought to be there with him, all the important documents that you need to have in your wallet, especially a few dollars anyway.
A dollar or two.
A dollar or two anyway.
You ever lose your money?
No.
You don't?
No. Well, when you go to the stores, you do, yeah. You can always lose it there. They're going to always be the winner. Yeah. How have you been doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, good. We were talking about the week with South Jackson Goes Country last week. I think you had a little celebration last week too, didn't you?
I did. We celebrated 157 years of with the Elk River District Association, which my church is a part of. There are 13 churches in there. I am the church historian. I told you how I got there. Gary Hill.
Yeah.
appointed me when he. Yeah. Had a memory lapse.
You didn't have a choice.
Oh, Gary, yeah. So anyway, it was a blessing though because I've gotten more involved, and I appreciate that. It's good to be a part of something good. It really is. It's always good to be a part of something good, and I appreciate that when people will include you in good things like that.
Yeah.
And it usually always costs you before it's over, but it's a good thing. And like we had a program on. I'm part of the education program. My sister Linda is as well. The education program for the Elk River District Association. Phyllis Pruitt is, she's from Decker. She's chair of it, and we have a couple of more members in there. And we had this program where we honored some students that honored the high school students, and that graduated. And of course, we try to give them a little support, financial support. And anyway, these are member churches. They submit their names, and if they're going to college, and we just want to bless them in some way. So we do that. We've been doing that for a long time, and I'm part of that program. And we had our little segment on Friday night. We started last Wednesday, and went through Sunday. Sunday was the.
So that's pretty much of a week.
Oh, it is. It was. Well, actually, Wednesday got canceled. Got postponed really to Saturday night because Wednesday there was real threat of weather. So anyway, we had a great week. Great week and good turnout. Of course, it's not like it used to be. I think, like I remember as a kid that. The old folks turned out for stuff, and all this. Of course, young people there's so many more things to do in this day and age that from compared to, back in the early days. And but did have good turnout, and it was just a blessing to get through that 157 years. So
that's a lot.
That is. And then another thing, a little milestone in there, the Juneteenth now that's celebrating. I think everybody pretty much understands that. Now, the late word got that the slaves were free, and late word got to Texas, and in June 2 years later. Well, we've always celebrated. I think it got to us later here in this area because we've always celebrated August 4th.
Right.
And August 4th has always been a good celebration day for, especially in Manchester, because they always had.
Now, what's the significance of August 4th?
It's a celebration for freedom, for the Declaration of Independence. Pretty much that's it. And just word got late to a lot of places. Word it didn't. The actual day it happened, you didn't get word to a lot of folks.
Right.
2 years later in Texas, so it was 4th of August here in for us locally, and so. But anyway, ever since I can remember, there's always been a celebration in Manchester on 4th of August, and every little cafe up there had 2 cafes, one across the street from each other, and boy, they'd be open, and everybody from everywhere would be there, And so anyway, it was always a good celebration and a good peaceful celebration, and so anyway, just enjoyable. And I just I don't know, just thinking about it, I just drove to Manchester, and that's where I'm right up here just for old memories,
There you go.
Sake, yeah, and I did a little shopping while I was up there. I always try to support the local economy wherever I go. But anyway, that was a blessing as well. I tried to get those old Shaq shoes I told you about a long time ago. I tried to get them revived. I've been working on trying to get them revived. Boy, I tell you what, that rubber rots on those shoes. Those shoes are this long.
Yeah.
They're size 21, and they're huge. And I've tried to get. I'm trying to restore them, but I think it's all mute. I can't do much for them. That rubber just rotted out after time, and I've had those shoes for a long time. So anyway, it's just. I think that's a.
You got something to read for us today?
Yeah, I do, and like I said, I'm always trying to encourage kids, especially, and I do want to let them know that the things they do determine their fate. The things we all do determine our fate. And we've just got a short, brief period here, and I wanted to squeeze something in. And this is for the older folks. It says, now is your time. It says, you've put it off long enough. Now the time has come. You've thought it out. You're ready. Preparation time is done. The things you've been waiting for to make your dream come true are all prepped up and ready and are now waiting on you. You trusted and believed that one day you would attain it. Now faith the size of a mustard seed is all you need to claim it. Your dream is part of God's plan, something you feel you must do. Life is short. Now is your time. Your dream is waiting on you. That's for now the older folks. Now for the younger folks. Says you determine your fate. There are many roads in life you'll find, but the choices of which ones to take will ultimately lie on your shoulders, and they will be key to determining your fate. Everything in life is a choice. You do or you don't. You will or you won't. And even when you don't choose, you still made a choice. Think well before you act. You can't always take it back. Choose well and be blessed.
That's right. If you got a dream, chase it, because the dream won't chase you back.
You're right. And a lot of us just let our dreams go away. We forget about them. I guess eventually they wear us down. Maybe a life wears us down that we don't.
Life gets in the way.
Life gets in the way.
But not of you.
Not of me, but
not of you. Thanks, buddy.
God bless you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll be back after these messages.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere. Like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with sodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back and show full.
Show was full and some nice people. I enjoyed talking to Miss Parsons about her horses. Weren't they beautiful?
Yep.
Football.
This is beautiful. Tullahoma High School football helmet. That's beautiful to me.
It is beautiful.
That's this weekend, Friday night, first football game. Coach Coy says this will be his second season and taking over after John Olive. And so get out there, be part of all of it. It's fun.
It's
going to be a beautiful night, going to be cool, great weather, not humid, not raining.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness for that.
We'll see you at the ball game. And thanks for watching, by the way. We appreciate you.